Okay, so I want to show you now how to add integers to each other. But let's start with a simple example. Let's say we have 6 and we add to the 6 2. Well, we know by just counting our fingers and counting rocks or whatever that this will be 8. But how does it make sense if we use a number line? Okay, so let's start our number line at 0. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 there, 7, 8 there. Now this sum says we must add, we must start at 6 and add 2, and then we add the 2 there, and then it's 8. So that's easy enough. But when we have this sum, it can become a bit more difficult. That sum says 6 plus negative 3. Now the first thing is this negative 3 is also a number, and it's an integer. Integers are numbers that can be positive or 0, and it is not a fraction. We can also call it a counting number or a whole number. Okay, this is what this negative 3 is. So how does this look on a number line, this calculation? Well, first of all, let's start our number line at 0, and then we have 1, 2, let's write down the 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so this means we start our number line or our sum and the number line at 6, and then we add negative 3. What this means is we're not going to add a positive number and going to the right hand side. Okay, we're adding a negative number, and that means we're jumping backwards. So it's 1, 2, 3 times, and then we end at 3. Think about it like this. Let's say you have 6 cookies, okay, but you still owe 3 cookies to your brother, and that means you in effect have only 3 cookies. Okay, so let's look at another example when adding integers, especially adding the negative numbers. So let's say you have negative 2, and you're adding to that negative 4, and you're adding to that 7. Okay, how are we going to do this? Well, let's use the number line again to show this. First of all, we can start our number line. This time we'll have to let's write the 0 there. And remember, a number line doesn't just have positive numbers going to the right and increasing to the right, but it also has a negative numbers going to the left and increasing to the negative side, and that's negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5, and then you have, let's say for now, negative 6 there. Okay, so let's look at our sum. It says you start at negative 2, then you're adding a negative 4, so that again means we don't go in our first step to the right. We're adding a negative number, and it's negative 4, so we're going to go to the left hand side. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. At this stage we are at negative 6. Okay, so negative 2 adding negative 4 gives you an answer of negative 6. Now to get to our final answer, we need to add positive 7, and that means adding a positive number, and that means we're going to jump to the right hand side. So let's do that. So we jump 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we end there at 1, and that is our final answer. And this is basically how you add integers, add positive or negative numbers.